In this video, I'm going to talk about what women need to feel arousal in the body, and it may not be what you think. I'm Janna Denton-Howes, a low libido expert and marriage coach, and for the last 9 years, I've helped thousands of women want and enjoy sex again or for the first time. Not wanting sex was my personal experience, and when I finally cracked the code, I started teaching it to women and men and couples within my program doing it together, which is why in this video, I'm talking about how to feel arousal in the body and what to do to sustain it, which can be the trickiest part. When I talk about arousal, I'm talking about the sensation in your groin, your vulva. And a lot of women will describe that as tingling or aching and throbbing. And the reason that is happening is because blood flow is going to that area. And what you may not know is that women have the same amount of erectile tissue as men do. So there also may be some engorging and movement happening as well. Many women that I work with never feel arousal in the body and as a result feel really broken. That's how I felt. And I want you to know that you do not have to feel arousal in your body to enjoy a good sexual experience because pleasure is what matters most. But in this video, I am talking about arousal. So let's talk about the 3 things that women need in order for that to happen. The first thing is that you need space and you need no pressure. Have you ever experienced a time where you were out in public or somewhere which was not okay to be sexual, and you felt arousal and it felt good, only to then go into a situation where sex could happen, like somewhere private, and for it to completely go away? That's because pressure is happening. Maybe you're feeling the expectation from your husband or some neediness or just that needing to advance things, and your body's like, we aren't going there. Arousal is a place of curiosity and openness and exploration. And the minute that duty or obligation are part of the equation, the body just ain't having it. That's why when I work with women and couples, and for the first time, women start to feel no pressure, they feel a lot of safety, they feel like they don't have to advance things, sex doesn't have to occur. Then for the first time, sometimes in a long time, they feel arousal in their body. And I'm always quick to tell them, you don't have to do anything with it. You don't need to capitalize on arousal, which is what women will feel a lot before they come into my world. Bodies are cool. That sensation's awesome. Just enjoy it. Number 2, you need something sexually relevant. You need something to tell your brain that you're thinking about sex. Sometimes this happens when you don't want to think about sex. For example, if you read about sexual abuse and your body responds with arousal, that doesn't mean that it's in your value system or is that something that you want to engage in. It's just simple, boring fact that it's telling your brain that something sexually relevant is occurring. And if that happens and you just go, that's fine, doesn't mean anything about me, and you move on. But in other situations, when it does align with your values and your desires, it probably is going to happen when you are already in a sexual experience. That's why waiting for arousal to happen before you start sex, it's a great plan. It's typically not going to happen. You can decide to have sexual connection, to have sexual exploration, to enter into a pressure-free, very safe experience with your partner and be curious about what touches feel good and what touches don't feel good and be playful without ever being aroused. And sometimes arousal does take place. But if it doesn't, that's okay too, because good sex is about pleasure, sensations in the body that are slightly more positive than neutral. You don't need arousal for that to happen. And lastly, the thing that you need is emotional and physical safety. Arousal is very sensitive to what's happening in your environment, which makes sense. If your brain is thinking about protection or anything like that, then there isn't any time for sexual exploration and pleasure. It will disappear very quickly if you detect something in your environment that feels like a threat. And a threat may be simply hearing your child try to pick your lock and get into your room. Or it may happen when your partner touches you in an area that you've told him repeatedly you don't like being touched. Or it may happen when you hear a loud sound and you don't know what it is. Or it may happen when you're worried about smelling weird or sounding weird or doing something weird. Arousal may leave your body when you feel like your partner isn't present or they're not listening to you or they get defensive when you need to make adjustments. So basically a lot of things, which makes sense. Our bodies are sensitive, and to be in a pleasurable sexual experience is very vulnerable, and our body is very sensitive to that, which is again why I don't think you should be worried too much about it. again, you can enjoy a sexual experience just exploring sensations that may feel soft and nourishing and gentle and maybe exciting, but they don't necessarily have to feel that way. As long as you're enjoying yourself and you feel really comfortable with your partner, then that's all that really matters. There can be a lot of stress with women worried about not feeling arousal and worried that their bodies are not working well, which becomes kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy. The secret to sustaining arousal is counterintuitive. It means not worrying about it too much, allowing it to ebb and flow, allowing interruptions to take place, allowing the sexual experience to sometimes feel intense and sometimes feel chill and sometimes have moments where you feel really disconnected and you need to work through that. As a couple, focus on low pressure, safe environments with a lot of curiosity, exploration, no goals, and perhaps arousal will show up or not. Bodies are interesting. Bodies do what they're going to do. But as long as there's pleasure and no pressure, then I think it's a good thing. If you would like a guide on how to want and enjoy sex again or for the first time, I have put a link below in the description. It also includes a communication guide so you can talk to your husband about everything that you are learning. I hope you've enjoyed this video.